What can you expect from Social Security after you receive a favorable decision? I'm Jonathan Ginsberg. I'm a Social Security disability attorney representing clients in all 50 states, from Maine to California, and I can do that because most hearings now are done, the majority of hearings are now done virtually, which means it's done by telephone or video, so we are not limited geographically at all. And if I can help you, please let me know. I want to talk to you today about what happens after you get the good news. You get a favorable decision. So it should say fully favorable, or it could say partially favorable, and then, again, that's a subject for a different day. But assuming there's a favorable component to it, what happens next? And I want to give you kind of an idea of the time frame and what's going on behind the scenes. Once you receive the favorable decision, your case will be processed by Social Security at a payment center. And so the decision electronically is sent to a payment office where they're going to process the case. If it's SSDI, it normally takes about 2 to 3 weeks for the case to be processed. What will happen is somebody at Social Security will verify the information, verify your bank account information, draft up and send out a benefits or an award letter which summarizes what you're getting paid, what your attorney is getting paid if you're represented, and any other kind of offsets, things like that. That comes out, and then usually within a week of that, you'll see money in your bank account if it's direct deposit for both the lump sum, and then the monthly payments will start as well. That's what's supposed to happen. There can be complications. I would tell you that if you have an SSI component to your case, that will make the time frame longer, and the reason for that is that an SSI, Social Security has to have a different office do something called an income and resource interview, because with SSI it's means tested, meaning that you're not eligible for SSI if you have household income over a certain level or if you have assets. And that's why, by the way, if you have, let's say, an IRA with $30,000 or $40,000 in it, I would probably tell you to think about not even applying for SSI or to dismiss the SSI part of your case, because you're not going to be eligible for it. You know, if your onset date is let's say a year before the date you filed, there may not be any reason to go for SSI either, because SSI you only get as of the date you applied. So really the only time SSI comes into play would be if you have very limited income and resources, your application date and your onset date are pretty close to one another, and there may be a short window where, you know, up to 5 months, because of the 5-month waiting period for SSDI, that you may get some SSI. Or if your SSDI payment is really low, there could be some SSI as well. That's called a concurrent claim. But usually you're going to know about that. And so if there's SSI, it may be that they have to do the income and resource interview. And so what literally happens, and it's the most ridiculous thing because it's got to go to a separate office, you'll get a letter one day saying you're eligible for X, Y, and Z dollars in SSI and a lump sum and monthly benefits. Then literally the next day you're going to get a letter saying, nope, it's offset because of the SSDI, you're not getting any SSI at all. Very confusing. People then get on the phone, they call me, hey, they just said I'm not getting benefits even though I'm supposed to be getting benefits. At the end of the day, if you're having an SSDI case or a Title II disability case that you've paid into the system, that's going to offset any SSI, and that's really what you're going to get paid from. Usually it's going to be a total offset of the SSI. So that's one area where it's going to delay things if there's an SSI component to it. The second area where you have a problem would be workers' compensation. If you have an ongoing workers' compensation case for some of the time you're alleging you were disabled, if there's money coming in for a month, you got workers' compensation, you're also eligible for SSDI or SSI for that matter. Workers' comp offsets Social Security disability. So you would not get your Social Security if you've got workers' compensation. That can be a problem because they have to get the workers' compensation settlement documents, and ideally your settlement document should have some language in there that basically says that the lump sum you got in settlement, if you settled your case, represents your expected lifespan, payments over your expected lifespan. So instead of having $30,000 offset your entire benefit, it may be $35 or $40 a month. So it'll reduce it a very little bit, but you'll still get your Social Security. Again, this is a little beyond, I don't want to go into detail about that, but if there's workers' compensation, you want to talk to your attorney, both your comp lawyer and your disability lawyer, about that aspect of it. But that can hold things up, and I've had cases held up for a year or longer because my client was not able to get the workers' compensation documents into Social Security. They just will sit on it. They won't do anything. So unless you can get the settlement documents in, it's going to hold things up. out. A third thing could simply be red tape. An example of that would be, I recently had a client who was not a, I think she may be either a citizen or a green card holder. She was eligible for disability benefits, but they wanted to see her immigration paperwork and they wanted to see the originals. So she literally had to make an appointment and go in to give her originals to Social Security. Somehow that didn't get properly coded. The case sat on somebody's desk for 4 months. Finally, and in her case, she got on the phone and just kept going down there. They finally realized, oh, we made a mistake. The information we need to process your case is here, but it put a delay of 4 or 5 months, and that finally went through, and they actually processed the case, and she got her payment, and I got my attorney fees. So all was good on that front. But that's another example of things that can happen. Big picture is, after you get your favorable decision, you should start getting letters, benefit award letters, payment letters, we call them, from Social Security within 2 to 4 weeks. Anything longer than that says to me there's a problem. You need to get on the phone. If you're not represented at Social Security, if you've got an attorney, have your attorney get on the phone or start making some inquiries to see if you can get it unstuck. In my case, I have some people that I know that are within Social Security at fairly high levels that can make some inquiries for me, that can sometimes get these things unstuck. And that can be very, very helpful to get my clients their money that they so very much they need. So again, big picture, 2 to 4 weeks should be as long as you should wait to start hearing something, and you should have your money usually within 6 weeks of the favorable decision. Anything longer than that says to me there's a potential problem. So if I can be of assistance to you, please reach out to me. My website is ssdanswers.com. You can download my Secret Swinging Disability Survival Kit there, a lot of free information. Obviously this YouTube channel, I'd appreciate it if you would give it a thumbs up and subscribe, like it on Facebook, and again, visit me online if you have any questions. Leave me a comment if you'd like to. I try to respond to those as much as I possibly can. And again, if I can be of assistance, I hope to hear from you. Jonathan Ginsberg here, wishing you the best. Thanks a lot. Hi, this is Jonathan Ginsberg, and I hope you found this video helpful. If you'd like to know more about how to win your Social Security disability case, I'd like to invite you to download my Secrets to Getting Approved Early Survival Kit that I created just for people like you. Currently, I'm making the survival kit available at no cost, and I encourage you to grab your copy now. Some of the topics I cover include, how do I know if I have a case? Is it the right time for me to file my claim? 9 common mistakes that can doom your case. The 3 must-have arguments you use to win your case. And a topic that every disability claimant wants to know, how to avoid trick questions from the judge. If you or a loved one need to win Social Security disability benefits, you'll find the Survival Kit essential reading. Download your Survival Kit right now and at no cost. Just visit ssdanswers.com/survival and sign up. It's that easy. Please act now. And as always, I wish you the best.